Maybe there are birds. I think I heard a bird. It's a morning stream. Welcome to the morning stream. We're gonna leave some orbs for Pearl on this morning stream. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I made the mistake of actually trying to eat breakfast. Ooh, okay for this. And wow, I do not do well eating before I do stuff. Okay, so we're gonna... But I'm like, this is a chill stream. I can have a nice quick sandwich, because I was just starving last night. I don't know why. But yeah, I was like, okay. Is the face camera in the right spot? It doesn't feel like that's correct. There it is. Cool. We are down here in slot 9. Putting the hot in the hot bar. Oh, it's Monday. A lot of us are at work. Hi, it's me. I'm at work. Hi, Sanguine Lullaby. Hi, Frogger. Hi, Jonas and Shalom. Glad you could join us. Okay. Let's see, we gotta get the Discord open. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, morning streams are a little bit different. At least for the Monday and Friday ones, especially. Thursday, we usually have my sister Quinn in studio being goofy, and that's a high-energy stream. But the Monday and the Friday streams are usually a lot more chill. It's me kind of making sure I've got everything sorted for my week or my weekend while we do some AFK resource gathering. Excuse me a second. Usually during these streams, I'm like working on plotting out what we got to do with the other hermits for the rest of the week, making announcements, making plans, while we are, what do you call it? In-game, a lot of times we're doing simple grindy stuff. Like, we're going to fix a couple shovels and then use them to, what do you call it? What do you call it when you fix shovels to gather snow? To gather snow for Decked Out. Yeah, so if you're just starting your day here in the United States, or you're over in the UK wrapping up your Monday at the office, this is something kind of chill you can have on in the background. Not going to be doing anything too crazy visually interesting. So you can have this tab behind another tab. The goal here for me is to just get set up for the week. And I'm under the thing. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, so diamond shovel. Efficiency 4 is efficiency 4 in insta break on is efficiency 4 instant break on snow? I feel like it is. So in theory, those two shovels are basically good enough. Oh, but we don't have Unbreaking, and we can't buy Unbreaking books because those were my last 2 diamonds. So maybe we'll see if we can get Unbreaking efficiency 4 on one of these. Oh, come on. Now it's efficiency 3? Really? Did I bring any other garbage I could enchant? Gold boots. Efficiency 4, Silk Touch. Silk Touch we can't have for breaking the snow. Come on. Efficiency 3 again. So in terms of things going, well, this is not... Fortune 3. Okay, that's Fortune 3, Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3. That's basically what we want. Hey, Demon Delta. Glad you could join us. Okay, so we are now on our way to decked out. We don't need any of this wool or spider eyes for decked out, do we? I don't think so. I think we're good. Hey, I haven't even posted the tipping link yet, and we got our first tip of the stream rolling in. Let's see who that's from. Randall! Thank you very much, Randall, who just tipped 20 and says, "Good morning, Joe." Morning, Randall. Thank you so much. I was down here in slot 9, putting the hot in the hot bar, but now it's time for me to say howdy, y'all. Grow Hills here, expanding as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Dee-da-dee-da-dee, dee-da-dee-da-dee-dee-dee. Demon Delta says, what are you going to make today? We are working on terraforming around decked out for our friend Tango Tech. He is building a 4-story minigame dungeon, and he needs some help placing snow on the outside of it. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go work the snow machine for a while I review my calendar and figure out if we have a rough streaming schedule for this week, which I think we might. We might have a streaming schedule for this week. But I have to pull up my calendar and write that. Tommy Boy, our newsletter writing community liaison, is going to be joining me in the call to help get that written up. We got a few things we need to check on. Does Tennessee Game Days have a fall date yet? Date to BD. Tommy says, I'll let you know when I have any questions. Hey, welcome Bob the Gamer Twitch. My name is Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee, here on the HermitCraft server. This is my friend Tango Tech's fortress. He has asked us to help him terraform, so all the snow kind of around here, my friends and I have placed so that Tango can work on building a colossal minigame dungeon underneath this thing. And, so, as you can see, I've been placing snow through here with the help of Isuma, False Symmetry, iJev, and Cleo. Zombie Cleo, of course. But there's more to do. Oh, I forgot to pick up the tuff. Let's fly back and grab the tuff real quick. I really am going to need that. We're at the stage where we need the tuff. Anyway, though, quick detailed, like, this whole fortress is just so spectacular. I just want to fly through the exterior real quick. But yeah, Tango is doing incredible work underground on that, and asked the rest of us to help him with the snow, so that's what we're doing. But of course, I realized I had flown away to go get tuff, and then got distracted enchanting shovels. So we are on our way back now to my base, which is past Doc M's perimeter here. If you've never seen the HermitCraft server before, we got all sorts of crazy builds here. This is Doc M's perimeter. Normally I can't fly over this because of spoilers, but he is out sick with corona this week. So if you can check out his videos and leave him a kind message, I'm sure he'd appreciate it. Here is Scarland, which of course is kind of like Dollywood, but Scarry. Oh, hey, he's working on that second part of the castle now. That's cool. And then my base is over here. It's called the Deep Field Pinball Machine. It is all the way up to build height, 128 meters wide and 256 meters deep. It's a work in progress. If we overshoot it on this side, I can show you I've started working on the star field. Oh, there's Cleo's base in the distance, the lost city of Atlantis. But, yeah, so here's the star field on this side of the machine. I'm still working on wrapping that around the whole thing. But yeah, this is a 2-scale pinball cabinet. I'm designing a custom playfield I'm still working on. But anyway, yeah, we need to come back here and grab some tuff to use for the cliffs around decked out here. And so we're going to grab that and put that there too. Tango was also using a bit of andesite, and I think just the raw deep slate. Do we have the raw deep slate in here? Cobbled deep slate, yeah. Emily W says, "When do you know when you'll get back to the texture art on the side?" After the next video goes out, which I don't have a date on yet. The problem with the working on that side of the machine is, like, pixel art like that, I really have to focus, and there's been a lot going on in Nashville lately, like in real life, and so I have been not able to focus very much. So right now, we're getting materials for terraforming decked out. Oh, let's go lay our heads down and dream real quick over here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and check on that real quick. Okay, cool. So let's see. Do we maybe want to grab some smooth basalt? Where did I leave the regular basalt? I feel like I had a lot of regular basalt here. I don't think Tango's really using that very much, the polished basalt, but there might be a place for it. Let's bring it just in case, because I feel like if we wanted to have like some dark recesses to a cave, that would add something. Okay. So, and some of y'all might be like, well, wait, why would you make a pinball machine 128 blocks wide and 256 blocks deep? Well, the fun thing about that is now it is exactly 2 maps in scale in Minecraft. So when the pinball machine is done, we can have little home game models that are going to work too. We're not there yet, but, you know, we'll get there. Okay, I've got fireworks with me, so we're ready to head down. Boy, my voice is not warmed up yet. More coffee. Frankie says, can you leave a message for Mumbo Jumbo at the front of his base saying Franklin says hello? I cannot. I actually don't work in a secretarial or administrative standpoint for Mumbo Jumbo, and I don't want to steal a job from a hardworking British person. If I start going around doing other people's jobs for free, Mumbo's going to say, why am I paying you to take my messages, you know, to his kind British assistant, you know? And then that person will lose their job because I've been doing it for them. Yeah, that's not cool. Okay. So we need to go. Let's kick off. Fretboard Freak says, I can't wait to see how you design the playfield so it looks like pinball works in a Elytra course. I have been spending a lot of Wednesday morning craft streams brainstorming that. I've also been playing a lot of classic pinball machines. Luckily, Jason Wilson at Game Galaxy here in Smyrna, Tennessee, has one of the best local collections. There's another great collection down in Chattanooga, Pinball Museum. So, yeah, I've been putting a lot of thought and research into that. It's not ready, which is part of the reason it's not built. But the thing is, Decked Out is going to be opening sooner than the Pinball Elytra course is, so it's more important to kind of get this sorted out. So in terms of how the tough is going to work here, and the other blocks. Let's go ahead and put the blocks down here-ish. Just so we can grab them as we need them. Alexa says, cool head. Thanks, I grew it myself. Okay, so if, like, the basalt we use for kind of the recesses of the cave back here, right, where it's darker. Kind of doing something similar to how we've been doing the snow, kind of covering everything. We're just going to kind of mask the dirt in here with basalt. And I think that's going to give us kind of a cool look for the cave. And then what I'm thinking is we'll extend the cave mouth kind of up and out until it kind of hits around here. So we'll have the tuff making a ring there. So, okay. With the snow, what we've been doing, just for those of y'all who are joining us as part of the raid, as much of the snow as possible, we have hugging just the natural terrain. But for some places where, like, the castle goes way past there, we have to build, like, a shell. And then connect the snow outward. And we're trying to make the shells kind of link up with the natural terrain as plausibly as possible. So, like, this is a shell that I built. That's, like, really the actual terrain was further back there. Like, this is part of the natural terrain, but then other parts aren't. You know, we're kind of just trying to make the whole thing feel realistic. Because, what if I use dripstone on the mouth of the cave? The thing is that dripstone has a warm palette to it, and the rest of this has a cool palette to it. And there's some types of contrast that can be jarring. The tuff is slightly warmer, but it's not as warm as the dripstone. I think what we really want to do is we want to have the darker parts of the cave, because like the tuff is almost white. It's a gray, but it bridges the gap between the snow and like the dark basalt back in here. Is kind of what I'm looking at. Or how I'm looking at it, anyway. Okay. But yeah, I like the idea of transitioning from the packed ice to some regular ice, and then there's just some water in here because, like, once you get a certain distance inside the cave, there's kind of some warmth from below ground. Randall says, Joe, be wary that tuff is a directional block as you place it. I am aware of that, but what you got to keep in mind is that cave is not going to be an entrance to the castle. That cave is something you're going to fly past. So we're just using this mostly for texturing to make it not be brown in there. We're basically trying to desaturate the existing texture to make it grayer. And the directionality doesn't really matter too much for that. We're just trying to get the brown and the orange out. Okay, so actually, wait, this is, I'm getting too high up here. This is above the mouth now. We want to primarily keep that inside the mouth for the darker texture stuff. And then we're going to transition to something like tuff above that line. And have the tuff start coming up and over. So, for example, all this in here is clearly below the mouth of the cave. So let's go ahead and get that kind of in. Then we hit up here. That's where we start bringing the tuff up as well. Probably should have grabbed some tuff just so I could illustrate this better as I went. But, you know, it's fine. I kind of think we should just let this water flow. That kind of looks more visually interesting. And there are underground caves with underground lakes in them inside of Decked Out. And so this kind of implies that this is like a hot spring that feeds those in an interesting way. So now we're kind of contributing to like the sense of like, ooh, what's inside of this magical decked out land? Now we might want occasional torches in here while we're working now so we don't get mobs, but we'll pull those out later. Oh, and a quick reminder, I realized I haven't mentioned since we got our raid that, just so you know, the face camera gets bigger every time we hit a tipping milestone. We are currently $20 away from our next face camera expansion milestone, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. This is a Monday morning coffee and grind stream. We are just getting through a bunch of grindy tasks, like I'm sure many of y'all are doing at work today. You get there, you gotta check your email, gotta look at your calendar, gotta figure out what you're doing this week. So, here we go. That lighting, there's something weird with the lighting, mod. It keeps thinking that I'm, like, holding a torch temporarily, and I'm not sure why. Hey, Muscle Bop. Going okay so far. Just mostly working on this build here and decked out. Just looking to see if... Sometimes when the branches make that noise, it's because there's a squirrel that I think... so the last type of coffee I had some, like... had, like, a subtle nut flavor to it. And I think the squirrel was smelling like hazelnut or something from the coffee. Because he kept coming over when I would do these morning streams to, like, stare at me through the window from the tree. Which I've never seen him do before, even though I've hung out here with the window open doing shows all the time. It's only when I started doing the coffee streams with that particular brand or blend of coffee that he started, like, being like, ooh, let me go investigate that. So, but no squirrel today. Doesn't look like, just general wind. Lone Courier is asking me if Lone Courier found something weird. I feel like you're the expert on what you find to be weird, Lone Courier. I'm not sure how that's a question for me. Lone Courier has followed this up by saying, sorry, more of a statement than a question. Yeah, that's the thing, is if you say question for Joe and then make a statement, I get kind of confused. Oh, there is light down there. Probably some glow lichen or something. Okay, so we probably want to get this little cluster in here, because this is kind of part of the cave mouth too. Yeah, okay, so there's some right there we need to get. Okay. So we have fallen down the waterfall here. Let's briefly put that there. And then start filling in some of this. So we need to grab some more supplies. Probably should have brought some scaffolds too. But... Hey Mahis. Mahi says, howdy folks, just sitting down to start my workday. Cool, me too. Okay. So, I think... at this point, we've kind of done a general pass here that's reasonable for when people are flying in the distance past here. And we can come back with some layers of snow to kind of place over some of this. I have to figure out how the mouth of the cave is going to tie in to like the way the snow is coming up. So it should look like some snow is blown into the mouth of the cave too, is what I'm thinking. Yeah. So let's also grab here a thing like that. Muscle Bop says, wow, that already looks so much better. Thank you, Muscle Bop. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably have to have that kind of coming up like this around the edges. And then kind of coming up and around too. And then it'll kind of become more tough as it comes out. Okay, so then we pop down here. We fill in that bit. And then we got this kind of whole bit in here. Okay, so then we're going to come up and around here like so. This is basically the top of it, the top of the mouth of the cave. It got burned on some pizza and has never recovered fully. And then we curve up that way with the tuff. We could use snow carpets inside the cave, Tricky. That's right. That's a second pass, though. Right now, we're just trying to get the rough bit in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So then we'll start having the tuff come up and around, and this is going to look fantastic when it's done. Okay, so we are going to store our extra stone and materials like that over here for right now, because it is time to go gather more snow from our snow machine. Okay, so we're going to leave the... Well, actually, let's take the Silk Touch with us, because we actually will want some of the flat snow for terraforming purposes. So we're going to take all of our shovels. We don't need both types of picks. So we'll save some space there. We don't need both totems. Glowboxer says, looking good, Joe. Liking the tone already. Thank you. Yeah. We're going to have this transition to some tough partway through here and have this cave kind of be like underneath there. It's going to look great. But right now, we need to go, and I've got my tape, my roll of tape here, so we can tape down our mouse button while we make more snow in the snow machine. And while we do that, I'm going to be going through my correspondence and figuring out what collabs the Hermits have sent out inquiries about over the weekend, figure out what my schedule looks like. So let's see, we don't want Silk Touch to start. This one is efficiency 4. Yeah, let's use the one that breaks fastest first, and then we'll... Oh yeah, we need to take the trousers off so that I can align myself properly here. Dang it. Swift sneak. Okay, put the tape on the mouse, let go of the mouse. Cool. Now I gotta get my laptop out. I think HHH today might not be a streamed one. I think XB Crafted wants more help with his arena. And that's going to be a recorded thing, not a streamed thing. So, let's check my HermitCraft messages. TCG. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You and me, TCG, baby, you and me. Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, XP wants us to help him test his 2v2 arena today, and I can't stream that. So, and that's going to be at the time we would normally have HHH. So there's going to be no HHH stream today. Let's figure out my stream schedule for this week. Okay, so this is week of April 24th stream schedule. So we have this stream right now, which we're not going to announce because it's already happening. We have no HHH stream, but we do have 8:30 p.m. So Monday, April 24th at 8:30 p.m. That's going to be HermitCraft 9 live. Tuesday, April 25th at 8:30. Ah, dang it! I was not watching the shovel. Ah, stupid See, that's why you want to use the unbreaking shovel. I really thought I had more time. Okay. Okay, it's fine. It's just... It's a diamond shovel, Michael. What can it cost? 1 diamond? It's fine. Okay. Tomorrow morning, at 8:30 a.m. Coffee and grinding. HermitCraft bonus stream. Wednesday, April 26th at 8:30 a.m. Crafts with Cleo. You know what? I should send Jem a message. Hey Jem, any chance you'd like to join? Wait, did I, or do we already have a guest this week? Let me check that. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So that's on the 26th. We'll send Jem a message. Because usually she pops in and says hello, but it's like, oh, I didn't have anything to do. So I was thinking like, oh, if I send her a message on Monday, we'll see how that goes. Maybe ask Scar for some of the extra tools in his attic. Maybe Pearl has some extra shovels. Well, the thing is, I mean, I can make extra shovels pretty cheap. Okay. So let me confirm to XP. Cool. So yeah, I can skip streaming HHH to join you for 2v2 TCG. Okay. So, any other collabs coming up from the Hermits that I need to message people about? Not at this time. Okay. So, Wednesday, Crash with Cleo. Thursday, April 27th at 8:30 a.m. Quinn co-hosts HermitCraft. Thursday night, I think I might have a thing I have to take my kid to. Let me check on that. So, Thursday, tournaments. Thursday, the 27th. Is this the last Thursday of each month? Yeah, okay. So yeah, no Thursday night stream. Saturday afternoon off for Hermit recording. Thursday night off for family time. Friday night off for family time. Saturday night off for family time. So we are going to have a Friday morning. How are we doing on that shovel? That shovel's okay. Friday, April 28th. And we do have a morning stream. So we have morning streams every morning. Saturday, no, Sunday the 30th. At 2 p.m. we have Patreon, Kentucky Derby, Parade Float Build Contest. And then we're back to Monday, May 1st. At 8:30 a.m. we're gonna have another coffee stream. Okay, so Tommy, I'm gonna post this schedule for you in the news, or yeah, in the news channel. Newsletter work in progress. And then I'm also going to post. So let me go to my calendar here. So crash trash can that, and trash can that. Oh wait, actually, no, you know what, we do have the Thursday night stream. Nope, Thursday night stream is a normal HermitCraft 9 live, not a family thing. Whoops. Okay, shovel warning. Okay, so let me fix this. So Tommy, there is a change. Thursday I had wrong. I am doing a Thursday night stream. I thought I had a family thing, but I was like, no, that's Friday and Saturday. Okay. So fixing this. Let's go make sure that the thing hasn't overflowed. Oh yeah, because the first shovel broke so fast, we're definitely nowhere near in danger of overflowing this. Okay. So. Yeah, but this is how we're getting all the snow blocks. Asuma built this fantastic, marvelous snow machine. So we have our newly fixed... Oh, this is the silk touch one. Yeah, this is our... Okay, so we're going to put the roll of tape down on the mouse button there. Okay. Okay, so... we have the calendar for the week worked out. Let me switch the calendar to weekly view. Okay. So I'm going to relabel this to 2v2 recording with XP from, okay, so I'm going to fix that on there. Okay. I've got a call then. Put lunch in here and editing in here. Okay, so that's kind of my day sorted roughly. Welcome, Lightning Aussie. Yeah, there's not enough automatic experience bottles to really keep this thing running indefinitely. So let's see what else is on the... So we've checked in with all the hermits. We have looked at the calendar for the week. Let's look at my email. Nothing crazy in that email box. What about this other one? Nope, nothing of note in here. I feel like we're in good shape. I've got everything sent to the immigration attorney for getting my fiance over here. So nothing to do there. Okay. So I guess we technically can just chill for a minute and just enjoy our coffee while we... Oh wait, somebody responded on the HermitCraft thing. Let's look at that real quick. Shopping district. Asuma is announcing a new shop open on the 4th floor of Best Buy. No, iBuy. What's this? A new shop now open on the 4th floor of iBuy, isn't it? He's still typing, so I don't know what the shop is yet. Split into 3 categories. You can find a large stock of items interactable through redstone machines. I don't want to go to a shop that has a large stock of items. I want to go to a shop that's called something like just andesite, and then walk away with andesite. If somebody's like, we've got an elaborate catalog that you use books for, or we've got all of the blocks from the nether. I'm like, I don't want a shop that says all the blocks from the nether. I want a shop that just sells soul sand. Just soul sand, please. And then a different shop that sells, like, gold. Naomi says, I enjoyed the No Man's Sky stream the other day. It was fun to see you playing other games, and happy to see you getting these opportunities. Thank you. Also, Isuma's shop only accepts diamonds as currency, apparently. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. That feels kind of like we're taking a step backwards there. Kindle says Joe should sell a pop-up shop. I don't have the energy to build a bunch of pop-up shops either. That's one of the reasons I just don't do a lot of shops. Okay. Ink Curious says that No Man's Sky stream was so much fun, I bit the bullet and bought it and started playing last night. Awesome, Ink Curious. I hope you're having fun with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and shut this off. What other diamonds were you using? Or what other currencies were you using? I mean, I don't know. Emeralds? Okay, so we're going to take everything in our inventory and we're going to dump it for right now. And we're going to start emptying all of these boxes. We gotta make the blocks. I make the blocks. Actually, I have so many TCG tokens at this point. I would rather pay in TCG tokens to get stuff. Yeah, TCG tokens would be the best currency. Welcome, Jonathan. Hope you're having an amazing day, too. Why did that click wrong? Okay. Oh, boy. It is chilly here in Nashville today. We had a freeze warning overnight. Blocks and blocks and blocks, blocks and blocks. Hey, Goldavik, enjoy your walk. I'm stretching out too. Oh boy. Did anybody have anything weird happen with their electronics overnight? There was that big coronal mass ejection and that magnetic storm. No, I'm not going to be mean. Because I had something kind of weird happen. And I went to check on Twitter to see if anybody else had something similar happen. And I didn't see it. And I was like, well, this woke me up at 5 in the morning. And it was very strange. But I don't want people to think I've gone crazy. So I'm going to wait to share my story until I see if literally anything similar happened to anyone else. MB the Sponge says, all the semi-trucks are acting kind of alive today, but I'm sure that's just a coincidence. Sanguine Lullaby says, I had some video playback issues. Stuff kept stuttering even though our Wi-Fi is normally reliable. Galdavik says, my father told me there was an earthquake in upstate New York recently. Or yesterday. Really? I didn't know that. Or did you say you didn't say upstate. You said earthquake, and my brain combined those. My brain is tired. Ooh, snow blocks. Making lots of snow blocks. Da 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 da. Do do. Bum bum ba dum da da dum dum. Dum dum da dum da dum da dum dum dum. Okay, so that's all of the snow that we could possibly need here. Why don't I have my lighting box in there anymore? Because I'm realizing having a bunch of glow lichen would probably actually be really helpful for that cave in terms of stopping mobs from spawning and stuff. Well, whatever. Okay, so we've got 2 broken shovels that we need to fix next time we go to the fixing shop. We'll bring that snow with us. Okay, good. It's still daytime. Okay, so what I'm kind of imagining here is we have the snow kind of coming up the sides a bit like that, right? And then like the snow is coming into the mouth of the cave. It's blown in a bit, right? But then we've got the tough walls coming up and over here. So, you know, you'd have snow in here. Nope, not the squirrel. Okay, so that part up there will probably do a little bit of tough as well. Do we bring the tough? I feel like we did. Okay, cool. Yeah, we kind of have this start mixing in there for a little bit of a speckling kind of thing. How's the weather today in Nashville? Cold, but good on the whole. But cold. I'm definitely a little bit chilly in my tank top here. But not chilly enough to, like, go get, my hoodie. which I left by the door after dropping my kid off at school. Yep, the birds are nice. That's why I've got the windows open. Okay, so we've got some cobbled deep slate. We got some tuff. We got some basalt. I think realistically this is where that's going to start turning that way. I'm going to start seeing kind of some overhang in here. Naomi says the birds are real. Yep, that's, I've got my second microphone pointed outside my window. So when Quinn's here on Thursdays, we point the second microphone at Quinn's guitar. But when Quinn's not here the rest of the week, we let the birds sing their songs out the windows. Well, I mean, I do. Quinn's not making decisions when it's just me here. But I mean, that makes sense, right? So I think right now we want to put the snow box down. There was a bed over here that I don't think anybody else was using, so we can move it without breaking anything in terms of people's spawn area. Welcome, Raven Respawns. Thank you for the raid. My name is Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee, here on the HermitCraft server, where I am working on my friend Tango Tech's surroundings for Decked Out 2. Tango is building a fantastic castle and dungeon and asked the other hermits to help out some with the terraforming. So that's what I'm doing. I'm regretting that I keep forgetting to bring scaffolding. I keep thinking like, oh, scaffolding. Yeah, that. That would have been smart. But whatever. It's fine. I am realizing that if we're going to have this have like a flat surface here, we're going to need some torches along it. Let's go see how that looks roughly. Yeah. That's gonna feel like a good cave mouth, I think. We want to have that good mouth feel. It's a culinary term, but it applies to cave mouths too. Yeah, I'm definitely using Bobby Mod, which is why you can see XP's base and gems from here. It really adds a lot in terms of the sense of scale of the server, I think. Yeah, see, having this, so we're gonna have this cave mouth basically open up into this cliff face here, which is gonna look great. I'm gonna grab some more tuff before we work on that. Are we gonna spawn proof this? Nah. The more mobs that spawn outside of decked out, the fewer that spawn inside decked out. It's like we're giving Tango some extra cover here. Okay. Okay. So in terms of how this is going to meet up with that. So we need to have that part come up and over. To about here. Wait, no, because it needs to... It needs to become... Okay, wait, so... Okay, so this actually maybe should be kind of higher in the middle. Okay. That doesn't look right, but it gives us somewhere to start. How are we for time? We've been going about an hour. Hey, we got a tip rolling in too. Let's, as soon as we get into bed, let's see who that's from. Thank you very much to Salem, who tipped 20 and says, enjoying the calming morning stream. Thanks, Salem. That gets us to our second face camera expansion milestone. Here we go. It's time to expand. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Salem has put us now 20 away from that next expansion. So thank you again to Salem. Also, Bob says, you have a real cave image you're basing this off of, or are you just freehanding us? Just freehanding it. But I mean, I've been in caves before. Like, Tennessee is full of caves. It's not like a bicycle where it has to look a certain way or it looks, like, really wrong. It's a cave, you know? Caves are kind of, you can do what you want. We're definitely getting into a situation where I'm going to need to go get some torches, though. So, because I don't want mobs spawning on me while I'm working up in here. But that is a problem I do not need. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to look weird, but it's better than this whole thing just being a giant snow hill, right? Okay. Tommy says, I think I have a solid draft going for the newsletter. Tommy, do you do you have follow-up questions or questions you need to ask me for the newsletter? Muscle says, I asked because the shape is more like a shore cave than the sorts of caves you would have in Tennessee. Well, I'm kind of doing it based on the prompt. And by the prompt, I mean, like, the, what are the existing wireframes? Where's the existing structure, you know? Oh, here's the... I was gonna say, somewhere in here we have a bunch of torches. Why don't we just take that torch box with us? Basically, I'm building it not based on, like, here's what I know best, but more like, okay, here's how the terrain has to work to blend the natural terrain at the bottom with the decked out structure on top, right? The citadel here is going to have certain structural requirements for this pillar to not crash into the cave, right? Most of the weight of this pillar needs to kind of be diverted to either side of the cave. So it's more that I'm thinking about, like, how that weight is going to work. Psyop says, is this your castle? That's insane. This is Tango Tech 77's castle. No, not Tango Tech 77. Just Tango Tech. Doc M 77 is somebody else who plays on the server. Why is my brain... I'm waking up. It's coffee stream. This is Tango Tech's castle for Decked Out 2. And he asked his friends to help him terraform some of the snow around it. So I've been putting in a lot of this. Way more of this than I thought I was going to be, actually. And right now I'm building a cave. Basically, Tango is working on the inside of the castle, which is like a 4-level dungeon for a minigame. And so, to save him some brain power, the rest of us are working on stuff like terraforming the outside. So I'm trying to figure out a good cave mouth here for this water that kind of feeds into an underground lake. So, anyway. We've got to get these torches up here before mobs start spawning where I'm trying to work. Oh, see, mobs are already spawning where I'm trying to work. Didn't get here back fast enough with the torches. Yeah, definitely check out Tango Tech's channel to see where he's working on the castle itself. I actually can't watch his episodes because the inside of the castle where he's building the mini games, I'm going to be playing the mini games and I can't have spoilers. So from what I hear, the inside is even cooler, but I'm not allowed to see it. I'm just working on the outside. Okay, so we need to have basically the mouth of this meet up to here, which is going to be weird in its own way. Because that needs to come to there-ish. Yeah, this is a weird one. You know what, I'm thinking maybe I don't want that snow there. Yeah, this is not a snow biome by nature. We have done this. Fruity Tootie says, visit Gem's Palace or do a prank. Well, the thing is, right now we're trying to, you know, help our friend get his build finished, because he wants to open Decked Out for people to come play the minigame soon, and if they're flying over here and it looks ugly, then that makes it look like he didn't try very hard, right? Even though he blatantly has been trying harder at this than, like, anything he's ever done in his life. So, you know, I understand that pranks are entertaining, but sometimes set dressing is part of entertainment, too. We're providing a valuable part of a broader entertainment process here. The Monday morning streams are not going to be, haha, look, we're going and running around pranking people. The Monday morning streams are, hey, it's time to get to work. New week starting. Let's go, you know? So sorry if that's not your speed there, to the person Fruity Tooty. Sorry if doing work on Monday morning is not your speed, but that's okay, because I don't make money off ads from these streams, so having fewer people watch the streams is fine. It doesn't affect me financially. But if professionals who are getting work done at their jobs find me a kindred spirit, just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. This is a viewer-supported stream, and any support for my work is appreciated. Okay, so let's lay our heads down and dream. Only at night, sleep only at night. Looks like Asuma might have posted something else. No, maybe XB did. Okay. So this part here is another part that gets kind of weird. So this is kind of part of the cave mouth, but it's also now kind of gonna be... Actually, I think I need to pull this way to show how the cave mouth sweeps in. So I'm thinking for some of these big concave bits to have it kind of come up a little bit more like that. And then to come in with the tuff here. Salem writes, having someone else working on things in the background is super helpful. I've already got a manual edited that's been sitting in my inbox for a week. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Okay. And then, actually, what I want to do is I was thinking for part of this here, I'm going to sub in some cobbled deep slate for where it's more further recessed to kind of texture and shade it a little bit. Hey, Tommy. Yeah, we can have a call. Just call me on Discord whenever you're ready. Although I'm not sure if it's going to show up because I'm in streamer mode. So maybe just tell me when to call you whenever you're ready. Okay, Tommy says you can just call me. Okay. Let's go ahead and call our community liaison, Tommy Boy, who is currently working on the newsletter for this week for the Patreon Discord.
Hello, Joe. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me okay, Tommy?
I can.
Okay, so how is the newsletter going?
Going good so far. I have headings for the Minecraft servers. I've got a VOD link to the Earth Day parade. I have the schedule for the upcoming parades, petitions, server downtime, and the map art build contest. No obituaries at Forever Storm, but I did announce the reset date on May 9th coming up. I
Okay,
have
if you want to mention that Toxic Glitter will be running the next Everstorm, you did?
Well, I said rumor has it that the next iteration may be a little toxic.
Okay, great. For the Kentucky Derby thing, did you mention that Dahlia had said even if people aren't familiar with the Kentucky Derby, they're welcome to do anything horse related?
I did not, but I will specify that.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool.
And then I have the pinball results.
Okay.
The upcoming table of Space Station. I have the upcoming stream scheduled and a bulleted list. I have a VOD for the most recent Crafts with Cleo. I have upcoming conventions and I have a farewell.
Okay. One thing to mention, so Space Station has already started as this week's tournament. So it's not upcoming per se.
Right, I just have it as week 15 Space Station.
Cool, cool.
Oh, you'd have the weeks listed wrong in the channel, by the way.
That's probably correct. That I'm wrong. You're probably correct.
Wow.
I was looking at that and I was like, what happened to week 14? I'll come back to this.
You didn't
I
put it
did
in
not.
simply.
I did not come back to this. It is not something that I have back to arrived.
That's fine.
So yes, if the weeks are wrong, feel free to do what is necessary to fix that.
Well, I'm right. You need to fix that in the pinball
In the
channel.
pinball channel, okay, which I'm not gonna do while I'm streaming. Make a note in the pinball channel that please disregard Joe's thing. The actual week is week blah blah blah. So that way I also remember.
Yes.
Also, we have a tip rolling in from Hannah for 5. Thank you very much, Hannah. That is going to get us, let's see here, 15 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. We're keeping track of that cumulative progress on the abacus there. So thank you, Hannah. Okay, yep, Tommy is in voice right now.
Hi, chat.
Okay. Did you have any questions about the weekly schedule that I sent?
I just want to make sure I've got it bulleted correctly. Let me go back to my draft. Okay, so Monday the 24th of April, you have an 8:30 p.m. HermitCraft 9, and it says Monday afternoon you're off for an HHH recording.
Yeah, we're going to
Tuesday the
record rather than
25th.
stream today.
Yes. Tuesday the 25th, you have an 8:30 coffee and grinding stream. And then it says, comma, HermitCraft bonus stream. Are you just saying that's a bonus stream, or is there an additional bonus stream?
No, like that is the coffee and grinding is a HermitCraft.
Is the bonus. Okay.
So I'm not like doing coffee and pinball. I'm doing coffee and grinding on HermitCraft.
Right. So it's just the one stream for Tuesday then.
Yeah, just one stream because I've got my Pathfinder game at night. Thank you to Evan Netta for tipping 8, who says, "Hey, Joe. Hey, Evan." That's going to put us now 7 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Thank you very much.
Okay, that was my only real question for the stream part of that.
Yep.
This one's not specific to the newsletter, but the Earth Day Parade VOD was not in your Minecraft streams playlist on YouTube, so
I haven't hidden it yet. So basically I add them to the playlist once I hide them.
I see.
So I was having to hide them immediately because otherwise you couldn't find my HermitCraft episodes, but YouTube, yeah, the reason I started hiding them was because of the Empire's crossover. And so that way people could find my HermitCraft episodes who came to my channel for the first time. But since then, YouTube has made it so that uploaded videos are listed separately from VODs. And so it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh boy, I have to hide these immediately or nobody will ever find the most recent HermitCraft. If that makes sense.
The most recent HermitCraft was your one from 3 weeks ago.
I know, but like, it's still showing up at the top of my uploaded videos list, even though I haven't hidden the other things. Whereas that would not have been the case with, what do you call it? I don't know. Like in December, the way it used to be, is my point.
Cool.
I'm still waking up, Tommy. It's fun. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Well, I think that's all my major questions. Have I missed anything to include in the newsletter?
No. Tennessee Game Days still hasn't announced their fall date. I was hoping to get
I
out.
check for that on. I also checked for that on Music City Multicon. They don't have tickets up for sale yet.
No, Music City Multicon doesn't have tickets up for sale, but it is. The dates are announced, so if people want to start making travel plans, that's not one where you have to worry that the tickets are going to sell out. So you can book your hotel.
Have to go back and fix the dates from last week.
Okay, cool. So yeah, let's see. I really don't. I'm in this weird place with the card game stuff because with the card game coming out, I want to go to as many conventions as possible so I can play card games with fans and sign cards. But I'm in this weird position where we won't have like more cards to sell at the conventions, right?
Right.
Because it's pre-order only. So there's no way for me to make the money back if I go. And I also don't have any of the, like, we're not going to get the pre-order money for, like, our royalties for a while. like
Right.
possibly like, so if I'm like, ooh, okay, I want to go to Board Game Geek convention in Dallas, let me buy plane tickets. It's like I don't have the money to buy the plane tickets now, and even if we get you know the royalty check closer to the event, it's like, okay, well, now everything's more expensive, or it's too late to get hotel rooms.
Right.
So I might not be able to do Board Game Geek Con this year. I don't know. There's a few of them that are like that, where I'm like, boy, it would be great to get out to this, but like, how do I make it work financially? Uh, so yeah, I'm still, I'm hoping that we'll have more announcements for that upcoming conventions section,
Right.
but like, yeah, just a lot of unknowns there for the time being. But yeah, so I can't really think of anything else that I'm concerned about directly or what have you.
Okay. The only other thing you had mentioned was to workshop the weird pun tour idea.
Yeah, is that something you still want to do, or now that Dottie's defeated you at this,
Well, now that you've decried me and my
decried you?
masterful pun skills.
Okay. So yeah, if we're gonna do this pun-based tour workshop, yeah, we need to figure out, like, are people doing tours? Like, maybe it makes more sense if we have people doing the tours of stuff that they didn't build. Like, what if uh what if we did the the pun-based tour thing when the world download goes out for HermitCraft in like early 2024, and then people signed up for different parts of the HermitCraft server to give tours of? Would that be logical, or is it because it's a Patreon server? Maybe people want to show off their own stuff. I don't know. I'm not
I like
sure.
the idea of having it be the HermitCraft server just because people like to explore that once it's available anyways. So that might be good to say, like, hey, you can explore your favorite parts of the server and also make puns based upon it. The
Yeah.
difficulty with that is a lot of people don't like to make their own puns or they feel like they're not as good at it. So you're not going to have a lot of people who want to come and do that.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you have any thoughts about how to make this work?
I should have dedicated time to like properly thinking it through, but I just did not do that. I made coffee this morning and that was my main focus.
No, that's fair. I guess my point is, I see this as something we could come back to in early 2024, because
Yeah, I
we've
don't
got
think
the
we
big
have.
map build contest now, and
Yeah.
so like I don't feel like it's urgent for us to sort this one thing in particular at the
Yeah,
moment.
anytime we have coming later on in the year is better dedicated to other things. Because, like, it's like, oh, what if we have time in October? It's like, well, I'd rather do something Halloween
Yeah, no,
for
people are
that
gonna
time of
want to do
year.
Halloween, and yeah, obviously.
Exactly. So I do think this is something to be revisited, maybe even in April for like an April Fool's Day kind of thing.
Interesting. Yeah, because we don't have a good. I wouldn't want to do a prank contest on a Patreon
No,
server. That doesn't feel sane.
no, historically, pranks aren't that popular on our server.
Yeah.
But I feel like some sort of comedy routines or like a talent show or something similar to that, I think is more viable.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Um, yeah, talent show type thing.
Because then that opens the floor for more than just comedy for people who maybe don't feel confident in their ability to tell jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Because
don't know.
then maybe we get like spoken word or other kinds of poetry. Because I know a
Mhm.
lot of your fans are into poetry.
Yeah, that is a thing. You're not wrong there. So, okay. Yeah, we can come back to this, I guess, is where I'm at on it, if you feel the same.
Kindless's talentless show.
Talus. I don't know how to do it. Mahi Zero Wo says Board Game Geek Con hotels do fill up really quick. Yeah, so that's the thing, is like, It's because there's so many unknowns with this card game. It's hard to plan. And also, like, I'd have to plan. Board Game Geek Con is 5 days, so I would have to get somebody to get my kid to and from school for 5 days, which, in theory, I could have my parents and Quinn help out with. But also, like, if Quinn is like, oh, hey, I'm helping shoot a TV show, because Quinn has, like, a master's degree in film and helps with projects around town that people are doing, like, I don't want to be like, no, don't go help with something that's your profession. You said you'd watch my kid. Like, it's my child. I should, I have a certain level of responsibility to get her to school and
What?
stuff.
That's crazy.
I know, I know. Um,
And I think I have to challenge Dottie to a rap battle. I'm not sure.
uh-oh. Do you feel prepared for that?
Well, not like immediately.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, the thing is, if you challenge somebody to something, and they're like, okay, let's do it right now, you got to be ready, right?
No, I don't have that kind of freestyle skills. I'm sure Dottie does.
Mm-hmm. Okay, is this zombie going to punch me before I can turn night into day?
Yes.
Aha, I made it.
I wanted so badly to be right.
Sorry, Tommy. Can't always be right.
I can't win them all.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm probably gonna rap battle Dottie later. That's cool. I gotta go prepare for that now, I guess.
Yeah, good job.
Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your stream.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I will endeavor to demonstrate enjoyment of this.
Well,
I'm really
now
tired.
I hope you don't enjoy the rest of your stream.
I'm really tired. It's fine. I actually am really happy with how this cave is shaping up because, like,
Oh no, you're doing great.
yeah, so some of my electronics started doing something weird at 5 a.m., which I'm gonna assume is related to the heliomagnetic storm or whatever. And
I think you're making words up.
storm?
Yes, that's
That's
fake
the one that Tommy doesn't
Yeah.
believe is real.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a few blocks of snow kind of up in here. Just to show that it like blows, can accumulate. This should have maybe come out further, but whatever.
I'm gonna finish the newsletter.
Alrighty, bye Tommy, thanks for hanging out.
Bye, Joe. Bye, chat.
Okay. Reese says, can I have the castle, please? Nope, it's my friend Tango's. He says you can't have it. He needs it for decked out. Okay. Are we still on that call? We need to... Yeah, we'll play with that snow. That's not quite up in there. Oops. We might need the thin bits of snow to fix that. Okay. And now we gotta go get more tough. Cobbled deep slate. Tough. Okay. Yeah, this person is spamming way too much. I just don't have time. Okay. So we're going to get some of the tough out here and bring that up and around. I think that should look good. Welcome, Zimblix. Glad you could join us. Morning, Amberwood. Welcome, welcome. I feel like this needs to kind of come up higher here. At a certain point, we're coming out too far with that part of the cave. Big Pop House says, loving the cave. It adds a lot. Yeah, I mean, to some degree, this cave was already here. We're just making the mouth of it look more impressive. We're extending the cave outward. But I think that does add something in here. Welcome, Pixel Palettes. Will I build a little snow overhanging, spilling over eventually? Asked Lauren Morgan. Yeah, that's the sort of thing, though. I'm kind of using an iterative methodology here, where I'm really just looking at a lot of this and going like, okay, what do we need to do to get to the next phase, right? We have to get enough of it in that we can figure out how to reverse engineer, like, figuring out where the snow would fall from the overhang and stuff is going to be dependent on getting, like, the whole general shape in first, you know? Or it'll make more sense if we get the general shape in first. Okay, I kind of want to have this come up more here. So, having this more climbing toward that over time. Okay. So if we have this kind of, broadly speaking, kind of diagonally swinging this way until it hits that at about the right elevation. Where would that hit? About there. Okay. You can kind of tone that down a little bit there. Then bring this around here like so. We can put lights on the top of it, so we don't have mobs spawning for right now. That's always a treat. Okay, so then we're popping down here. Just adding blocks like that and like this. Like that. But then we come back in here like this, so we get a little bit of an arc there. Come back here, get a little bit of an arc here. Maybe don't want to go that low, but yeah, actually, maybe we do. Magica says, support Joe, support Nintendo. Your work is gorgeous. Thank you. I'm actually, this is coming out really well. I was gonna say, I got woken up by some weird electronics nonsense last night in the magnetic storm, and then when I was falling back asleep, I was like visualizing how to do this. And I'm pretty happy with what I've come up with here. It's not perfect by any means, but, you know, it's coming along. No Man's Sky stream was really fun. We ended up playing for like 2 hours and 15 minutes longer than we were supposed to. But yeah, I had a great time. Will I play Decked Out when it's ready? I sure will. That's one of the reasons I haven't been able to watch Tango's streams or his videos from the inside because of spoilers. He's asked the Hermits not to watch his stuff so that we can be surprised when we actually play it. And I get it. He's working hard on making a cool game for us all to play. He wants us to go in fresh, and I'm excited to do that. Electra says the stream was great. It was funny to see your base compared to the others. I actually didn't visit the other people's bases. Were they better than mine? Oh, well you know what though? No, what it is my base I built next to a trade center. My base was like a one-room shack just like the rest of theirs. But when you came out the portal, you didn't see my one-room shack. You saw the gigantic tower structure with like 4 ships docked at it. I just built my base next to that so I'd have a place to trade. That was, but yeah, I wasn't gonna correct them when they were like, "Wow, Joe, my base is a cargo container with no lights." And it's like, yeah, I mean, get good. Burt Potato says, I like building my starter base near a trading port since you get a free landing pad. That's basically what I did, yeah. Okay, so I think what we want to do for an accent here is have this upper part of the roof on this side be the darker blocks. So we're going to bring this up and over here, like so. Kind of have this coming up and around. Magica says, been watching your progress slowly accumulate on Tango's VODs. Definitely a monumental task. It's adding to those final touches the entire feel of the place. Yeah, I'm really appreciative that Tango has invited us to help him, because this gives me something fun to do when I'm kind of feeling a little brain dead and I just need to zone out. Chris says, where howling winds reek and rack, Joe doth placeth snow. My mind draws a blank on subsequent words, but I'm sure it rhymeth with Joe. Thank you very much, Chris, for that 12. Let's see, so 7 gets us 1 face camera expansion milestone. And then we are 5 past that toward the next one. So here we go. It's time to expand Joe. Do. If you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, you might not know that when we hit certain tipping milestones, the camera gets bigger. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills and YouTube Super Chat. Some people would ask, like, Joe, is there an upper limit on how much larger the camera can get? Not really. I'm a single parent, so I need all the help I can get. So, yeah, feel free to throw those tips my way. Okay, so if we wanted to bring this up and around here, like so. think that might look good, kind of blending these in here like so. Just a bit. Having that come up here some. This come down like that, maybe would be interesting. Okay, so we're gonna put some torches here, and up here, and up there. Okay, that gets some a little bit more integration into that. Let's see how this looks in the distance. Yeah, we got a message from Tommy. No, that's not a message from Tommy. That's a message saying I've been disconnected from the call. Thanks, TwitchBot, or whatever that thing is called. Okay, yeah, when we remove those two torches, this is going to look even better. Oh yeah, we still need to fix that hole. Fax that hole. We need to send a fax. Somebody. I need an RJ11 cable. Stat. Okay, and let's grab some more rockets too. Just so we don't run out. I think I might have grabbed too many torches, just by a small amount. Let's put the torch box down so we can offload some of those. Yeah, it's slightly too many torches for the moment. No, only RJ45 Cat 6E. That's not sufficient for a fax machine. Okay, so I think what I want to do here is actually have this come up more and kind of round that some. And then come back behind there for another pass. So what does that look like in practice? So in practice, that kind of looks like this. Okay, which is a little wild and a little strange when you make your home out on the range. La da 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 da. Can't get her out if you don't hold on. Yippee-ti-yi-yo, yippee-ti-yi, what? Like the cowboys say. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Tweet, 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 tweet. Chirp, 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 tweet. Diddle, diddle, da, da, da. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with some of the detail on this. Having the double blocks on top, directly on top of some of this stuff, is not working the way I was hoping it would. We're gonna have to come back with the layers and maybe sculpt some of this closer to by hand to have it work right. Yeah, the overhanging snow is what I'm trying to figure out how to do correctly. That's kind of a new like having to some degree it needs to be informed by like not only the terrain but like the prevailing winds, and we haven't put any thought into that for any other part of this process. And so it looks kind of weird if we all of a sudden start doing it now. Which doesn't mean we shouldn't do it now, but means we need to think about it. Okay. So we need to knock out those 2 torches there for sure. Okay. Then we're going to fly up here to this platform. We're going to see how that looks in the distance. Yeah, snow layers I think are definitely going to be the way to do it. But right now we're not... I'm considering layered snow to be a detail level that we're not at. We're not doing that level of detail yet. So... I feel like that looks okay. It's hard to tell from this distance, maybe. Just as a reminder, we are 15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Deviled Egg says, "Morning, Joe. Hope your day is good. Can't stay because it's bedtime here in Australia, but have a great stream." Well, lay your head down and dream, Deviled Egg. Is that a leaf blower? I don't want to close the window. It's so nice out. But yeah, I'm looking at this, and I think that the core concept of the cave is going to function here. But we definitely need to figure out some ways to incorporate the snow better. Yeah, the top left is really, yeah, that's very linear. We need to fix that. Yeah, we need to have the snow kind of coming down at a slope. Have more of a swoop to it. Yeah, maybe icicles. I don't know. I think the big thing is making sure it's just not so level, because it looks wrong being so level. It's too sharp a contrast. But we gotta let some of these creepers despawn before we work on it too much. But like, yeah, if we I think, for example, if we lowered this like that more, or even like that much, kind of had it come up like at an angle here. Something like that might look better. Evan Netta, I am still not caught up on Taskmaster. I'm only on Series 3. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely looking more natural now. And so same thing kind of for that bit there. Like maybe even if we flared the lip upward on part of that, right? So like... Akiva says, how far along are you in the mountains? We've done a lot of the snow all throughout here. Okay, yeah, that idea of breaking that up was a solid idea, but I definitely did not execute that well. Let's come back and look at that again. So what we need to do, I think, is actually pull some parts of that back, though. And, like, have it down, like, there. Like, having it blended partially. I don't know. I'm still... We're gonna have to play with it. Welcome, Matthew Conway. But yeah, the more regular that is, the more wrong it's gonna look. Oh, I did want to come in here. And some of these, like, recesses here, I wanted to put in some, like, snow. Or I wanted to put in, kind of some... Just for some contrast here, like... Just to kind of have the bit of the mountain kind of showing through, or to make it feel more cliffy. Okay, Tommy, thank you for posting and announcing the newsletter. But I feel like if we have other bits of stone kind of mixed in, then this sudden cliff doesn't look quite so... Whoa, where did that come from? But yeah, this... This is definitely an improvement. Okay. Morning impulse. Okay. Oh boy, this has been a huge project. Oh, it's funny. Like, that snow isn't even being used for anything. We can pull that out if we need it, I guess. Oh, actually, let's take some snow real quick and just touch up. I wanted to touch up over here, too, because this is, like, a blatantly wrong bit that we just didn't get to. I want to do a little bit of a palette cleanser, do some low-hanging fruit block placement here, and then go back and look at that area again. But I find it really helps me if I, It really helps me if I take a little break sometimes from the main project. So yeah, if we go back there and look at it after looking like something like this, it's a lot easier to see what we did wrong, what we could improve. So many squids just flopping around, having a good time. Whew. Okay, I think this is just to take a second to reflect on what we've gotten done today. We have worked with Tommy on making sure the newsletter has everything it needs. We have corresponded with some hermits about some recordings later on this week. We've figured out my schedule for that newsletter based on that correspondence. I checked my email to make sure there isn't anything urgent that I'm missing. So everything is kind of coming together pretty well. We want to get some ice for this little watery bit here. Oops. Okay. And we're going to remove these right now. Rube Mays says, hello, is this HermitCraft? I don't know, does it look like HermitCraft? It's a mystery. This could be anything. It could be... Hey, it's Brosephine! That's not what this could be. It's Brosephine's in the Twitch chat. Hey, Brosephine, happy Monday! Hope you are doing well. I saw you dropped a new song. I haven't had the chance to listen to it yet, but I absolutely loved your Big Stinger Diaspora song, like you put out a few years ago, and so I am looking forward to checking that out when I get the chance. Oh, it wasn't new, just a repost. Oh, okay. Well, it was new to me because I hadn't caught it, I guess, the first time. But, yeah, I'll have to check that out. We are just in the process of doing a little bit of terraforming around the frosty, cold ice cream citadel here that my friend Tango built. He's building a dungeon full of minigames inside of it for all the hermits to play, and so I am working with some of the other hermits on terraforming the outside, so he doesn't have to deal with the snow. He can just focus on making fun minigames. So, yep. Okay, so let's fly out here and see how our progress is going. So we just cleaned up this little bit of coastline here. I think ultimately what we need to do is we need to pull the snow into the tree line and then sprinkle snow onto the trees using the snow layers. Now, whether or not we have time to do that before night falls, looking questionable because night is fallen pretty quickly here on HermitCraft. Yeah, it's a mini game in air quotes or typographical quotes if you are using a keyboard, like Manatee Gag there. Okay, so up we go. Let's lay our heads down and dream right here. Alrighty. So, more snow blocks should be in one of these chests. We haven't wasted all of them, I don't think. Yeah, we got plenty. But yeah, we were mostly working on this cave today. We're taking a quick palate cleanse from the cave, because I'm sure I missed things like that. Or these. We're going to come back to the cave after we do some of the surrounding terrain. Oh, see, here's a little area that hasn't been really done properly. I forgot to grab the ice blocks for the for that one area too. We'll get those in a second. boy. Yeah, we still got this whole big part of the shell here to do. I'm just gonna assume that these lines are not important. Worst case, we can pull them out with replay mod and find them later. Let's go grab that extra snow, or extra, yeah, ice for filling in that pond. I think we left our extra ice over here. That's the blue ice. There's the packed ice. Yeah, let's leave these torches for now, because we don't need them at the moment. Okay, so where was that pond we just filled around? Here. Oops. Caldavik says, I'm loving the bird sounds, Joe. And Axel McConkey says, yeah, me too, the birds are great. Thank you, yeah, that's, I got the second mic pointed out my window. Since we don't have Quinn here on guitar today, I figured why waste the second microphone. We got beautiful sunny weather. Even though it's a little chilly here in Tennessee today, it's beautiful and sunny out. I figure this inlet should be partially frozen over. Maybe not like that, but like, yeah, let's like we got this shallow inlet here. Having this kind of be partially frozen feels about right. Apparently there is a horn problem with some cars. I do my best to filter out the automotive noise by dropping out the low end of the bass, so you don't get all the tire sounds and like engine sounds. But when people do start honking their horns, you're getting that mixed in with the birds. It is a city. It is a city. Okay, let's go grab some more. More ice from our ice box here. That's the blue ice. Whoops. I really want just the normal packed ice. I think we might have more of that down there. Yep. Great. Feeling good about all this. Yeah. This is not pre-recorded bird sounds. This is actually Nashville. Oops, all car horns edition. So I think what I kind of want to do here to make this feel about right is have the ice come out as far as the terrain does. So it kind of, the shelf, like the water temperature follows the elevation here a little. So that's going to go as far as that. I'm not trying to place the blocks that low. But then we'll come over to here and then kind of follow this. Okay, so then we come back in here, start placing some of these. Okay, so if we do follow the inlet rule for how I'm doing this, that's going to bring us out broader along this side than it does over here. I'm actually kind of okay with that. I think it's going to look better in the end. Oops. Yeah. Hey, Stephanie Hall. Stream is going really well. Thanks for asking. We are just taking a break from working on a cave over here. I mostly was building this cave mouth earlier on in the stream. And I actually think I'm... See, this is part of why we're working with the water, so I can kind of get a sense of like, ooh, what's a good way to kind of show that. Okay. Do we have more ice in any of these boxes? We don't. Oh, boy. I guess I can go get more. It's fine. Let's grab more rockets, too, real quick, though. But yeah, so right now, we are working on touching up kind of the surrounding area here. Arguably, I should be coming in here and, like, working on some of this cavey stuff as well. Or not cavey, the concave portions, touching them up with a little bit of tuff. That sort of thing. Like so. So, at this point, yeah, let's, I don't know what this line was. Whatever I was thinking, I don't know if I placed that one or if that was one of the other hermits. That's so blatantly wrong, I feel like it must have been me. I feel like I did that when I was tired. Like, this one I know someone else did, and we're gonna pull that one out, too. Because it just doesn't fit with what we were having to try to, or what we were trying to do. That wasn't a good landing. So this part here is going to get kind of weird. Let's go lay our heads down and dream here. Okay, the more we can do to get the snow in place, the better. Part of me is just like, just work on the easiest part. But I don't know what the easiest part is. So I'm just kind of making it up as I go. And then when I fall, I'm like, well, I'm down here now. I guess I'll work on this other easiest part. Welcome, Golden. Glad you could join us. So what was I thinking when I did this? I guess I was thinking probably something like that. Yeah, and then we're just kind of free-forming it up and around here. Bringing that up there like so, that up here. Yeah, okay, cool. And I'm free-forming. All the snow blocks building up this hill, I guess. Rocks might be appropriate behind. We're gonna build this big steep hill, and we're gonna build it. I hope you don't mind. Oh, this is part of the problem, though, is I need to have this come down over time better. Okay. Yep, I have the window mic on. They're not my birds, and like they're nature's birds. They are Nashville's birds. They're for everyone to enjoy. Okay, so this might not be perfect, but this is progress. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so then now the trick is we're gonna pull that down at various points along here and pull the rest up. Okay. Actually, let's put that back there. Okay, so then we're gonna roll in here really quickly with some tough blocks and some deep slate behind. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Dee 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 dee. Bum ba da da. Dee dee dee. Dee da da. And now we're under the thing. My elytra is low. Yeah, you're correct. We should probably go deal with that. We have a few blocks we need to, we have a few shovels we need to repair anyway. Dun, 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 dun. It's funny how some shovels need experience to heal. Dun, 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 dun. Did I leave those in here? Nope, those are fully repaired. Well, here's the other elytra. So let's put the other elytra on for now. And then we'll go find the shovels. Let's bring the extra packed ice with us, because we also have some packed ice to construct things with. Welcome, Fast Gamer 2. Glad you could join us on the YouTube chat. Whew, okay. Moving around so we don't get a sore back. As opposed to an acerbic attitude, which we always have, which means I'm kind of rude. That's why I'm always getting myself tangled up in feuds. But you know, that's the Joe Hill's difference. Arguably, what you see is what you hear. Okay, so this is actually going to go... Oh, that's interesting. So this shelf would only go to there. That's pretty cool, actually. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I was a little worried about how this was going to come around the edge here, but I think it'll actually work really neat. Welcome, Veal Chart. Yep, it's Coffee Joe. Kind of waking up now, Joe. Kind of waking up now, Joe. We've been going... Oh, it's 11:11. Normally, I would have had a call at 11 today, but that was canceled because the other party had a conflict. So I did not have to rush off. And I'm not doing my stream later this afternoon. I do have my evening stream, like usual, but no afternoon stream because I gotta go record something with XB Crafted. So we're gonna stream a little bit longer in the morning in lieu of that afternoon bonus stream. I also actually had breakfast today, which I don't normally do, which made the stream slower to start. Have I tried oolong tea? I don't think so. That sounds like fancy. I can't tell if that's one of those things that I just assume is for rich people. Or like... Yeah, I walked past this place the other day that sold... It was called like No Bake Cookie Dough. And I was like, oh, that's neat. It's like a place that sells cookie dough you go home and cook. That could be fun, you know, as a quick treat when we have guests over to grab some of that and go cook it. And then I go on their website. I didn't go in the shop, but I looked on their website, and it's like the minimum order is $44 worth of cookie dough. And I'm like, oh, this is a boutique for rich people. This is not for me. This is not like, oh, a fun treat for when we're having guests. This is just a new trend for the wealthy. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Not everything has to be for me. But yeah, like when I hear stuff like oolong tea, I'm just like, I don't know if that's for me. Boutique DIY cookie dough. Yeah, so it's for people who have enough time to go buy cookie dough, but not enough time to make cookie dough. Although I guess you could always have somebody DoorDash it to you. But like, yeah. I'm like, $44 minimum order. Yeah, no thank you. Centauratron says my nephew keeps trying to expand Joe by tapping my face camera on the screen and dragging it. Well, unfortunately, the only way to expand the camera, or fortunately, is via tipping. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are currently $15 away from our next face camera expansion and 35 away from the entrance of the Jost. Brosephine says, I think years ago when it was less common in the United States, it was a little bit more bourgeoisie, but now it's available and a decent brew is not too expensive. Gotcha. No, that's fair. That's fair. I'll have to try it sometime then. Kara K says, I guess it depends on the quantity of the cookie dough. Does it make 500 cookies for $44 or it doesn't? Well, that's the thing, though, Kara K, is I don't need 500 cookies worth of cookie dough. So that's not really... Even if it's a great deal. Like, there's stuff they sell at Costco where they're like, do you need a 6-pack of kayaks? And I'm like, wow, those kayaks are so cheap. But I don't have room for 1 kayak, let alone 6, you know? But I'm just like, wow, what a great deal on kayaks. You know, like, it appeals to the bargain hunter in me, but I also recognize, like, oh, that's for somebody who's running a small summer camp. It's like, do you buy your summer camp food at Costco? Here, you can get your kayaks too. Pack of 6. Oh, this is a blue ice for this one. Okay, so if we're going to have some blue ice mixed in here, we need to make sure that this is not too sharp on the corners. Okay. Find 5 other people on Craigslist. That's a lot of effort for... Well, once again, I don't have room for 1 kayak, so I'd actually have to find 6 other people. So, at that point, like, really, I should just let them organize themselves. It's not... Yeah, it's just like, that's not for me. Daniel Moss says, near me is the largest Costco in the world, and you can literally buy half a cow. Which half? If it's just the bones, I don't really want it. It's like I don't need to make beef broth that much. Yeah. Let's add a couple other light blue accents in here just to make that look a little bit less unnatural. Yeah. That looks like a weird juggling snail, but whatever, that's fine. They mean half a cow's worth of beef. Oh. See, if they mean half a cow's worth of beef, they shouldn't say literally buy half a cow. Kara K says, we have quarter cows at our Costco. It's called the Primal Cut. Oh, that's cool. Sounds primal. Welcome, Amber Rocheleau. We are terraforming around Decked Out 2, The Deckening. Okay, I think we actually want to pull this up here a little bit higher. And that one too. Just as I'm playing with this. Feels like that needs to be out here more and then there, kind of. Okay, so this is going to work out okay, I think, here. So, basically, my friend Tango Tech built this gigantic citadel back here, and needs help terraforming the land around it so he can work on the underground dungeon. 4 levels of mini games he's building for the server. And so some of the rest of us are working on filling this in with snow. And I put in this cave here earlier on the stream. I'm pretty happy with. Ooh, spooky. Now I'm working on pulling this wall the west of the way across. The west of the way across! If I could get the wall the west of the way across, I'd be all done. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Probably because I've been streaming for 2 hours since it changed now. Totally fair. Okay. So, let's put some rocks in the blocks behind here. We'll show how the wall kind of snow flows downward. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I keep looking at this and being like, well, we're almost done. I mean, we're making progress. That's a crucial element of this process, is that progress is occurring every time we come out here. So I'm excited about that. Okay. Oh, there's an email. Let's see. Always nice to renew a bunch of domain names I'm not actively using. Woo. It's like there's a project that I was very excited about but then never had time to pursue. Thanks, Registrar, for reminding me of my dreams. It's like, was that a year ago today? I guess it was. I'm glad I got so many typo variants of that too. That's only $120 I didn't budget for this month. Womp womp. Have a good lunch, NJ. Am I excited for Decked Out 2? Very excited. Boltonator says, you do such a good job making pseudo-random inclines. Thanks. It helps that I've probably spent 60 hours on pseudo-random inclines over here lately. Like, uh, I've gotten better at pseudo-random inclines since I started this project by, like, a lot. Oh boy. Yeah, just spending a bunch of time on practicing something. It's like my friend Art always says, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is the definition of practice. So, but it's not really too random. I'm kind of setting rules and then following them. It's more like cellular automata, where I'm, except with lighter rules. So if you've read like Stephen Wolfram's A New Kind of Science, you'll see how you can have emergent complexity from simple rules. Like I might say, like, no 3 blocks together should make this, or like no 5 blocks together should make this shape. And then by the act of routing around avoiding that shape, we end up with this emergent complexity. Louise! Thank you for offsetting my entire registrar bill and throwing in an extra 20. Louise just tipped $140. Thank you very much, Louise. So, let's see. We were 35 away from the end of the abacus, and then a full abacus, and then 5 past. So, let's see. That would have been... That's 7 face camera expansions. So here we go. Expand Joe. Do. For numero dos. Y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each face camera expansion milestone we hit. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the joust. Ba 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 ba. Lowering the opacity now to 90%. At this point, each additional face camera expansion will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in opacity. For example, numero tres, even larger face. Do. Now we're at 80%. Numero cuatro. How about some more, Joe? 70%. Each Nissan Chi, go. Expand Joe's. Do. We're now at the point what I call the Joni Stark helmet cam, covering the entire screen. And at this point, the camera can't cover more of the screen. I mean, it's going to keep getting bigger, but it'll also keep getting more transparent. And you'll see what I mean here, because we've got 2 more face camera expansions to go. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. T. Joe Eckhilsberg's face. Do. Lowering the opacity now to 50%. See? Easier to see through. You're really seeing HermitCraft through the eyes of a hermit. I'm realizing maybe I don't have this at full 4K. No, I don't. Let's fix that real quick. Now we're at full 4K. When the camera's small for performance reasons, sometimes I run it at 720p. Like, because we did a rotational camera yesterday. So anyway, we've got 1 more to go. Thank you again to Louise, who writes, Let's Joe! Let's Joe indeed! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Send that joust all the way to heaven. I don't know. We're going to lower the opacity now to 42%. And I'm going to go be in a political cartoon talking to St. Peter at the Pearly Gate about... or gates? Probably 2 gates. Just 1 gate would, like, kind of look like a chain link fence type of vibe, I think, and they probably wouldn't want that. Thank you, truck that's backing up. I'm going to turn down the window cam. Not cam. That's not it. Window mic. There's a lot of brush clearing and construction trucks all over Tennessee still after we had some wild storms, gosh, probably over a month ago now, but all sorts of damage to power infrastructure and things like that. So they've been clearing out brush from trees and putting in new power poles and all sorts of stuff all over the state. Lot of it in Nashville, though. We got hit particularly hard. Oh, did not mean to fall there. When I got to the gates. I saw a sign said, "Do not skates." Sorry, friend, can't come in. Dun 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 dun. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba-da. If I die before I wake, at least in heaven I can skate. 'Cause right now on earth I just place blocks. And I can't play the bass that rocks. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Yeah, that song was very popular when I was in high school. Welcome, Paperfish. We are currently playing Minecraft. It's a game developed in Sweden that was sold to a Washington state company based out of Redmond called Microsoft a few years back. And they've been expanding into artificial intelligence and other stuff. So keep an eye on them. Big up and comers. They have my favorite search engine named after a Groundhog Day joke. Bing! I'm really surprised that they didn't name their AI assistant Ned. Ned? Ned Ryerson? I can't do the voice. Needle nose Ned, Ned the head. Bing! I'm just saying, that was an option they had that they walked away from. Oh yeah, I should mention, after that fantastic tip from Louise, we are now $15 away from the next Face Camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Isn't there AI named after Halo? Well, if you ask me, they're no angels. So here we go. We're just going to bring this around here. And we're going to add a few blocks just to give that a little bit of something. That's now very, very rectangular looking. I don't love that. So we're going to just tweak it a bit. Just playing with it as we go here. Yeah, we're trying to make sure that something that starts as a valley stays as a valley, because it makes it feel like water actually cut through. That's one of those kind of simple rules that I set for myself when I'm terraforming this stuff. So we're going to fly out in the distance here. Then we're going to look back. Yep, that's definitely coming along. Okay. So, I think we do need to pull this up a little bit in front of that part. And then also by extension these. Am I still planning on adding the frozen waterfall? Yes, but that's like a separate stage. That's not a right now thing. Right now, we're kind of working on the overall structure, the shell. So, even though this cave is kind of fairly detailed, the cave is structural. We had to figure out how to get the cave in here to make it work with, like, could that tower plausibly be built on top of this, right? And because that was my biggest concern was, will it look fake that tower is partially over that cave? And it's like, there's a lot of stone there, and it's an arch shape. It's probably pretty strong. So, let's go ahead. And we're going to just kind of keep working on this for right now. I keep coming back. Oh yeah, I keep coming back. I keep coming back with snow in hand to work on decked out in this frozen land. It's got 4 levels, but that's pretty on brand for Tango to overbuild. I'm placing some snow, then I'm placing some snow and some mo. I'm placing some snow, then I'm placing some mo. Whoa. so we're gonna bring that up some here, and then bring that up more. And then that there is gonna go up more. So yeah, we'll come back and deal with waterfalls and details, but right now, if we can just get the whole shell in, I'll feel like it's ready to get other people, you know, involved who might want to do more terraforming detail work rather than terraforming, like, shell placement. Oh, there's monsters nearby. Oh, well, that's not gonna work. Okay. Thank you, whoever's going to bed. Oh, I forgot to put my streaming on. Oh, Pearl's streaming. Oh, she's doing tunnel design, not trash pickup. Okay, not my problem then. But yeah, the big thing was I wanted to include the cave, but I didn't want it to look preposterous that the cave was supporting the weight of that there. Haley Bubs, I am not a prolific environmental scientist, but thank you for believing in me. No matter how misplaced that belief is, it's appreciated. I know Impulse is streaming too, but that doesn't impact me because he's not collecting the trash I put out. I was just curious to see if Pearl was collecting the trash because I put a lot of work into that, and you know, I thought it would be funny to go interfere, possibly. I mean, help. I'm a helpful person. I remember, like, yeah. Okay, so this is going to go up like that. And that'll go up like that. And then that can kind of come up like this. Okay, we need to cut into this part here for sure. This is wrong. Okay. It's going to be real obvious which parts of this are wrong. Yeah. That part's still wrong. but I don't want to spend all my time fixing mistakes from previous streams today, because then nothing new gets done. But, like, you can kind of tell when you look at it, like, what would be a natural formation and what wouldn't. And, like, there are certain things where, like, if the shelves are too regular, it's like, yep, these shelves are too regular. Clean them up. Oh, boy, yep, and that right there is just terrible. It's way too regular. Hey, welcome, Red Brumbler. Yep, I am working on Decked Out over here. We're running low on snow, so we probably aren't going to keep going for very much longer. Let's get some more rockets. Do we have any snow left? I think we pulled all the snow out of the boxes already. Oh, no, we actually do have some more. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I probably shouldn't get too caught up in looking at previous streams' works right now. But it does help me see also, like, what am I doing wrong or right on this one. Drawing, yeah. Isuma, False Symmetry, Cleo, Jevin, and others have helped with the outside of Decked Out. I'm the only one working on it at the moment, but this is a big group project. Isuma also constructed the snow machine I've been using to get all the snow we need to make this happen, which is super helpful. Grab scaffolding for the next stream. I don't really need the scaffolding anymore. I needed it for the cave, and now that we're done with the cave, it's like, who cares? Scaffolding, no longer a concern. Oops. Okay. What's with the screen? Oh, most windows in Tennessee have screens now to stop, like, mosquitoes and stuff from getting in. It prevents the spread of, like, diseases. I don't know if you can actually hear the screen. Like, the wind going through it might be noticeable, but you're more likely to hear the wind going through the trees or hitting the microphone filter. Which I guess a pop screen... Or you're asking about the pop screen on the microphone. I don't know if you could hear the difference with that. Drawing says it's nice that you're all helping Tango out. Yep. Well, it's nice that Tango's helping all of us out by building something so cool for all of us to play. Random method. Pop screens stop plosive sounds from blowing out the microphone's, diaphragm. Oh, that's my webcam. A lot of streamers nowadays are using webcams to show their faces while they play games because it helps viewers feel more connected to them. It's kind of new. I've been streaming since 2008, and I only got the webcam thing started like I don't know, a few years ago. But you know, of all the modern I don't want to be a grumpy old man, but like of all the modern changes to streaming, I think adding the webcam is probably a net positive. But yeah, you're seeing it a lot more these days if you watch a lot of streams. Like a lot of streams have webcams now. Okay. Let's see. So I think what I was kind of I think what I was kind of originally intending here was to have like a plateau with a bunch of ice on it down here, kind of like this. A nice big blue pond. And then having it kind of continue up again. But I'm not sure if that's still what I want to do. But like having that continue that way, you see that you basically need to have a big flat area in here that like goes diagonally out and around. I think I just deleted this line, didn't I? Okay, that's fine. Maybe not exactly this line, but something like it. Where this goes out to there and then up and over. So if we did follow this one through, actually that part kind of needs to go up to here. So in general, though, we've been trying to have those come out some. But, like... Yeah, so the idea would be that this would arc back around this way harder than we're doing it now. So kind of having it arc on, like, a circular path here. Because it needs to come around past there sufficiently to be viable. Yeah. And then it comes like around to here. Okay. But when I'm looking at this here, that cuts in like so. And so then we need to have this staying a few blocks out ahead of that is the thing. So it should be approaching it, but it can't mirror it perfectly because it also has to cut back around this way. And then slowly come around here. Doing well, Dough Dog. Thank you for asking. And then it converges. Whoops. It's gotta stay further out for that to work. Oh, good. People picking up junk from the storm. Wumble. So, what we have here is a face camera that gets bigger when we hit certain tipping milestones. We are currently $15 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Each time the camera gets bigger, it also gets slightly more transparent. So, currently we are at 42% opacity, and that'll be reduced with each tipping milestone we hit. So if anybody wants to demonstrate that to Wumble, feel free to use that paypal.me link or YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So to bring this kind of all the way around here, okay. Okay. So then we've got that kind of here. Got this kind of structural expansion thing here. Okay, so then I feel like, though, we put the pond in there. Let's go get some blue ice. Okay, so we got some blue ice now. I feel like we had some more. There it is. Okay. Okay. So we'll kind of have this come in a little bit here along the sides. Oops. Those birds sure are chatty today. Um, okay. So we're gonna kind of smooth that out some there. we'll come in with our ice. Womble says, what are the milestones? Does it say anywhere? Yeah, I've got a abacus here that I can hold up. It's kind of hard to see now, but as you can see, we are $15 away on the abacus from the next face camera expansion milestone. So it's cumulative. Like if one person tipped $7 and then the other person tipped $8, that would be 15. The abacus is a way that I can keep track of like the progress toward the next $20 milestone. I think we're gonna put that like that. Hey, we got 15 rolling in from Luis, who says, 15, you say? I do! Thank you, Luis! Woo! That's going to put us evenly at our next face camera expansion milestone, so here we go. Expand Jost. Do. Lowering the Joe pasty now to 32%. Brrr, that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. And continuing with our build. So thank you again to Luis for supporting the arts and my show in particular. And we got another tip rolling in. Let's see who that's from. We got 16 from Britta, who says it needs to get worse. Thank you, Britta. That puts us now 4 away for the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome once again via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Only 4 away. So thank you, Britta. Whoops. Okay. So I got a new chair, so my camera isn't always lined up where I think it should be for my eye. I'm going to have to keep moving that around. Okay, so we're going to soften that corner there for sure. Okay. Okay, so we're making progress here. Is the chair more comfortable? Kind of. It's more comfortable when you're not working with a microphone and a camera, but it's not as good for what I'm doing, which is why I was using a folding chair for so long. But the problem is this chair is too big to move behind the camera because of the way I reorganized the room. I used to hide this chair in the back corner, but now the back corner is not really available from a furniture movement standpoint. So there's that. Okay. So I'm just kind of like, well, the best place to hide the chair is behind my body at this point, I guess. So I'm not used to it. The thing is, it takes a lot more muscles to keep myself in place. Like, I was using the folding chair was rigid and would naturally kind of keep me lined up with the camera. Dang it. There's like a gnat that keeps flying between my eye and the screen. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but it's really bothering me. Do 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 la da 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 da. Bum 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 da da da. Okay, so we can get some of this coming down this way. Okay. Yeah, this is coming along. What's this gonna be when it's done? A pond? Yeah, this is Tango Tech's decked out. He asked for folks to come help him terraform the land around it because he doesn't have time to. Yep, these are the sides of Tango's castle. Yep. Yep, castle is up there. Tango is building the castle and the dungeons and asked for help with placing the snow and ice. So myself and some of the other hermits have been stopping by here in our copious free time in order to accommodate him. He is doing so much to build something beautiful and amazing and fun for the whole server. The least we can do is show up and help when we have the extra time, you know? Brain Octopus Solution says, this castle is rad. It might be my favorite build on the server. It's really impressive. Britta says, when will we not see Joe anymore? I am here to find out. Thank you, Britta, for tipping another 4. Boom. That gets us evenly to our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand. OBS starts kind of freaking out when it gets this big. Joost. Do. Lowering the Joe Pasty now to 28%. There we go. Slightly easier to see through me now. Okay, so we were working on... I feel like there was a segment down here that we hadn't finished, or did we... Did we get the whole thing underneath? Let's fly away and take a look. We do need to patch in this bit here. Okay, so this one actually probably should be way higher if we're gonna have it that. Hey, calligrapher. You should probably have a coffee too. Yeah, I already had mine. I'm just hanging out, working here on Decked Out. I've added a cave mouth and another pond so far today. And we've only got one big segment left here we need to fill in. Let me see if I can get a better view on that cave mouth for you. Boom, cave mouth. It's not perfect, but it doesn't look blatantly incorrect either. So, in terms of terraforming, the first question I'm always asking myself is, does this look not wrong? If so, keep working. Calligrapher says the elevator is out in the building and I live 20 stories up, so I could use an elytra to get my coffee. Heck of a good cave mouth, though. Well, good luck to you. Yeah, that's really high up. Wow. Kiko tips 10 and says, good vibes on my sick day. Kiko, I hope you get some rest and can feel better. Glad that I can keep you some company. Yeah, wow. 20 stories up. That's a lot of stairs. Yeah, I used to work on the 5th floor of a building, and I would take the stairs all the time. But that's not 20. That is not 20 at all. Calligrapher says, I've given up on leaving the building today, but I did catch my roommate coming back in this morning and was like, oh boy, how was that? And then they, of course, I'm sure, immediately passed out, and you have not yet received an answer. Because, yeah, that is a lot of climbing. Wow. We are actually running out of snow, I think. So it might be time to wrap up this stream soon, because, yeah, looking at what we've got here. I was like, well, if we have enough snow to finish the whole thing, we should obviously, you know, do that. But we don't have enough snow to finish the whole thing. Boo. I know we're so close, but we don't have enough blocks, and so I need to go repair the 2 broken shovels. This is the Silk Touch shovel. I need to use the non-Silk Touch shovels to make more snowballs. So it's actually like we're several processes away from being able to complete this, because we would need to go repair my tools and then come back and then AFK at the snow machine. Not AFK, but, you know, still, like, hold down the button. Okay. I mean, yeah, we are remarkably close to being done compared to where we were. Okay, wait, that was actually a load-bearing block. I didn't realize that. Parkour. No, dang it. Parkour. Okay. So yeah, we've got to reconcile kind of how these two different materials are gonna meet here. "31 blocks left." Yeah, great. You love to see it. I guess this pillar technically doesn't do anything anymore. So I can take those back. So that's an extra 50 snow blocks. Okay. Welcome, Kev the Jedi. Welcome, Pirate Dad. I'm doing well. We are currently working on the, what do you call it, around decked out, snow situation. Terraforming. Oh, there's some blocks that we missed. Also, I keep seeing this, there's like a hole right there. Boom, fix that. Okay. Actually, wait, no, well, we'll knock those off, and then we'll bring that up. Yeah, that works. Okay. I mean, this is so much further along than it was, y'all. This is remarkable. Oh, boy. Okay. I am actually really happy with how this is going. And that's it in terms of blocks. We are now 100% out of blocks. At least out of snow blocks. Now, we obviously still have a lot of terraforming left to do around the edges of the terrain. The edges of the landscape. Like this entire area here with these trees on it. When we look at the build from over this way, we need to have the snow start on this side of the river to have it look right. Basically, after the mushroom forest is where the snow needs to begin. And same thing kind of partway through here is where the snow needs to begin. But most of the actual shell around the build is in place now. We've got this cool cave. That's a pretty stark contrast to how we've done everything else. There's still a few holes like that one there, which is fine. feel like one more session and we'll have the entire shell done, and then we can really start working on expanding the snowy terrain out. It's like when we look at it from like this side, even just getting that ice in there is a huge improvement. Welcome back, Calligrapher. Enjoy your coffee and your snake. I was just saying I'm out of snow blocks, so we're about to go for my lunch break. Because I got to record with XB and Cleo and maybe some other hermits after lunch. Oh boy. I'm going to do a final check for tips real quick. Just to make sure I didn't miss any. I need to get up though. I've been sitting here for too long. Okay, well thank you so much to everyone who has stopped by and watched the stream as part of their work day, their sick day, their day off. Thank you especially to the folks who took the time to tip. And as a reminder, I will be streaming again at 8:30 U.S. Central Time tonight. I'm not streaming this afternoon for HHH because we're going to be doing a recording. Let me see who is out there in the world streaming. It looks like... Impulse SV is still on HermitCraft. Hey, Impulse SV is close enough that we could actually go raid him IRL. Or not IRL, in-game. So, let me start the timer on that, and then we'll fly in and we'll see if we can surprise him. Okay, he's... Where is he? Slash chords player. Impulse SV. 622.48. 622.48. Okay, so we're almost there. Yeah, it's somewhere in here, I think. Okay, he's got a view of that. Okay. Let's see if I can find him. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hill's right here.
Hey, Joe. Can you come, well, I got a pickaxe. I'll just to you. Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Do you want to try out the, how does this work?
Time machine? I don't know. It might stop my stream. We'll see what happens. Oh no.